We are now at the kind of the second stage of bracing. So we are going to be making sure that they are all the right dimensions before we glue those on. Part of that is getting the right thickness or width. So if you remember on the saw, we cut those a little bit wider than we needed to, just to make sure that we had room if anything went wrong, and to make sure that we get the saw marks out and that we can get those nice and cleaned up, so when they go on the guitar top, that they're as perfect as they can be before sanding. Now we are going to thickness these, or get them to the right width. We are going to place them on the top, figure out where they need to be. We're going to radius these and pre-taper the ends, or pre-shape those ends where they go through the kerfing and through the sides. So we're going to take a look at the X brace first and move on from there. I cut these out on the table saw at about 10 millimeters, and I want to get those down to 9. So I'm going to take some passes. I'm going to flip them over and smooth out the other side. All right, now all the marks are out of them. I'm going to take a look and see how close we are. 9.2. Take a couple more passes on that one. 9.5 on that one. So a little bit further to go. .9, 9, 9.05, 0, 0. All right, happy with that one. 9 millimeters, 8.9, 9.0. That's right where I want to be. All right, X braces are good. Now I'm going to take a look at the tone bars. We are at just over 9.5 on the tone bars. And I want to be closer to 8 on the tone bars. So I've got a little bit of work to do on those, which is fine. I always like to go a little over on rough cutting the braces because it is so easy to get these knocked down to the right dimensions. We can always take off, we cannot add back, and I really don't want to have to do another setup to make more braces if I don't have to. You can use a hand plane, you can use a low angle jack plane, you can use just about any plane you want to thickness these. You can put them on a drum sander if you have it. There are several different ways to do it. If you use a plane, make sure that you don't start getting a trapezoid shape here if you can avoid that. You want to keep things nice and even and keep that rectangle profile. .9, so got a little ways to go. Okay, right at 8, which is what I want. This one, still 8.5. A couple more passes and that will do it for this one. 8.0 on the nose. Okay, good. Tone bars are done. At this point, it doesn't matter to me which is which, so I'm not going to specify tone bar upper or number 1 or anything like that. Okay, the upper transverse brace. Now the plans call for 13 by 13. I want mine at more like 13 by 15, 13 by 16, and height closer to 17. Width we are at 14. So I've got a little bit to take off, not much. Okay, I'm at about 13.3. I'll take a couple more passes. That'll do it for the width. Now the height, we are at about 17. I want to get this just a little bit lower, more like 16. Ooh, even this brace was pretty. So much curl going on in this. Okay, upper transverse brace. Width. 12.95. 13. 13.05. I'm okay with that. All right. Upper transverse brace height. 16.3, 16.25. All right, I'm good with that too. So the upper transverse is ready to go. I'm going to label that UT. Now for the finger braces. This piece I should be able to get all 4 finger braces out of. And I might as well thickness and get this ready to go all in one piece before I cut them to length. Finger brace, I am looking for a final measurement of about 8 millimeters wide and about 9.5 millimeters tall. Where am I at right now? 10.5 wide. 9.5 wide. Okay. All right, we're 9.5 wide. And about 10 tall, which is just about right. We're pretty close. All right, I'm going to take this down. .2, 8.25, 8.3. Okay. Just a few more passes. Eight point one, 8.1, 8.0. All right. I'm happy with that width. Let's take a look at the height, get this cleaned up. Now the height, I was right at 10. Want to end up at about 9.5. So just get this cleaned up, get these saw marks out, and then we will probably be there. All right, finger brace height, 9.4, 9.4, 9.5, 5, 5. All right, perfect. Finger braces are done. Sound hole bracing. So the sound hole bracing on the plans calls for 9.5 by 3. This piece is 10. I'm just going to leave it at 10. That's just fine with me. And we are closer to 4.5 on the top. I am just going to get the top and the back smooth, get the marks out of it, and call it good. The 3 millimeters to me is not vital, and if it's a little taller, that's just fine. I see a couple small marks to take out of it, and the less sanding that I have to do, the better. So I will just plane it now, and this plane is going to leave the surface plenty clean, that I really don't even need to touch it up much. I see a burn mark on the side that I'm going to get off. Done. Clean up that edge. Done. Sound hole bracing is done. Now we're going to look at our Popsicle brace. This is just that flat brace that is in the upper bout right behind the upper transverse. And we are 26 millimeters. Plan calls for 25 by 3, and we are like 26 by 4. So again, all I'm going to do is clean up the surface. That looks good to me. The edge, I'm just going to clean up with this block plane. Looks fine. Good. All right, so our Popsicle brace is all set. That takes care of the dimensioning for our top braces. Now we can move on to laying them out on the top and gluing them on. And we will start with the X braces in the next video. See you then.